Where's my mouse? I think it's here. Oh no! Server maintenance literally just started. Like 2 minutes ago. Holy fucking shit. That's amazing. Okay. I guess we're not gonna play Age of Empires today then. I forgot about this. I legitimately forgot this was gonna happen. Okay, in that case, I'm probably just gonna play Factorio then. Alright, let's turn that off. Let's turn that on. Alright. Okay. Well then, let's oh, lordy, lordy, lordy. Alright. Nope, nope, nope. It hangs a little bit when it's doing this. This is one of my other favorite games. On top of, you know what? I should probably spell the word maintenance correctly. Maintenance. There we go. Funnily enough, this actually runs really fast on my Steam Deck, but runs really slow in here, which I think is just because this laptop is like old, you know? Just give it a minute to figure itself out. I actually don't know how well the chat's gonna show up. Let's see. NetDev. Oh, custom CSS. Okay, so we can actually put a background on it. So maybe I should do that. Now that's okay. That actually doesn't look terrible. Cool. This is still stuck. I wonder what it's doing. I haven't actually played on here in a little while. I usually play on the Steam Deck. Let me see. Wait. Well, it says not responding. But it's still hoovering up RAM. So I get a couple more minutes. We'll see how it goes. If that doesn't work, I might try something else. Usually it takes about 2-ish gigs of RAM. And this is kind of, you know, slow. Oh, there it goes. 100% CPU. Probably also because I'm streaming it's a little slower than it normally would be. But there we go. I guess that means I'm not going to need this right now. Oh boy, updates. Big old full screen update. I don't think anything in there. Alright, let's keep going with this. So this is a map I've been playing for quite some time, like maybe 500-600 hours, which actually is pretty small for most Factorio maps. But let's see, what was I doing? I'm researching this. So I think we're definitely low on purple. Probably need some more purple science. Let's try to figure that out. The reason that half of my science is down here is this base actually predates purple science. So it used to be different sciences. Okay, so what are we missing here? There's something we're missing steel. That's not good. Okay, so we've got that, and then we've got this. So we're not pushing enough iron through. I mean, this has been a problem forever with this base, is that we're just not pushing enough iron through here. And so I'm getting enough iron for about half of these, and then of course I've got a train set up for this, but I don't know where that is. Let's see. Oh, it's stuck. The fact that I've got so many trains stuck is making me wonder if got a block up here. What are you all doing? Okay, where are you going? Let me just see if this is. This might just be because I have a shit ton of trains going through this system. Where's my steel train? That's circuits. There it is. Steel. You know what we ought to do? Just set up another steel production center, I think. That seems like that might be enough. Ooh, there's some fighter in there too. 17 million. Let's give that a shot, actually. See, I probably need some of these. That is, I think, close enough to be part of the main. Well, I guess the main electrical network doesn't really actually go out that far. What is this hooked into? That's not great. I don't want that hooked into the wall network. That's a little dangerous actually, because the wall network needs to be powering the wall. So I think I actually, let's start here in copper 14. Let's bring some power down to that. Okay. And let's see, that was copper 14. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do, a gate. And oh, I have like a million. Oh, there's already a gate. Okay, so what I want to do is actually, first I kind of want to bring it down to here. So let's just do that to start off with. Just follow the railroad. We'll eventually pick up that, oops, that copper patch as well. Oh my goodness. And now I'm out of, okay, we're like halfway there. Crap. Okay, we'll just make some more of those then. Meanwhile, do I have rail? I do have rail, so maybe, because I want to get to here. I'll start bringing that out. You can tell I carved some of this straight through a forest. Actually, how big is this? That's 25. That's actually much closer. I feel like I kind of like this better. So I think I'm going to build it here because this is actually a lot closer to the existing track, which makes it a lot easier to work with. Alright. Okay, we should be getting these now. Now I don't have to maybe bring it quite as far. Ah. Okay, there we go. Now let's... Aye? It's the other button. Okay, we'll just see how far down we get here. I think actually we're going to get pretty close to where I want it to be. Yeah, that's pretty good. Okay, so let's see. Do I have... Oh, I already have one. Okay. Alright, so let's get... This is where we're going to have a bunch of mining here, but then we're actually going to need to push that into smelters on the side here. So I think I actually want to put the train yard here. There we go. Yeah, maybe make it a little bit longer, because I like having that extra space available. And let's see, this is pretty much There's not really any side branch offs for this. There's one here, and then there's one up here, but that makes it very slow to go between. So at some point I might want to create another one of those. Okay, so what I'm going to do then is... This takes a while to save. It's a very big map. Let's see, I want a teleport. I don't... ran out of copper. Great. It's okay. We're actually close enough to the other one that... So actually, to show you just how big this is the main base area, but then I have outposts in a couple areas out here as well. So actually a lot of this map has been generated. Though you can kind of see by the changes in color here, it's gone through multiple versions. So I had a lot of this explored out. I'm working through right here. I should finish that wall actually. This is the third wall which we're building. Okay, so that should be that. Let's pop that in there. I'm gonna need a couple things. I have cars, so I'm gonna need that. And then I'm gonna need, because I only have one car, I'm gonna need 8 inserters for it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2 more chests to hold that, I think. Let's get a bunch of mining drills. 10 to start with. 10 to start with seems good. And then about 6 furnaces, and those are gonna need 6 furnaces are gonna need 6 inserters. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for both, one for both sides. And I think 100 is probably not going to be enough, so I'm going to grab another couple hundred of those. Not waiting on anything, okay. And then this is the nearest teleport to here is wall 3 lower middle, which is right here. This is one of my depots, so you can see a really long train comes in from here and just delivers a ton of copper and iron, and it looks like the copper is actually out. So I kind of wonder where that train is. I've had a lot of issues balancing this. Okay, so it's actually just filling up at this point. See, it's got a really, really long way to go because I want to do the processing up here. Okay, so... And we're actually... This is another iron ore deposit here, which we could use if this one runs out. Though 22 million here is actually quite a lot. Let's see, so let's get that up. We're gonna put a teleport there, and I'm gonna call this... Oh, we're on page 7 now. Steel 2, because I'm pretty sure I already have a steel 1 somewhere in here. I know I've been to it before, I just don't remember where it is in the stack. Steel 1, there it is. So let me actually... This is the biggest pain of actually doing this. It's moving all of these... Because there's no way in this interface to... I don't think they anticipated someone was actually going to have this many teleports. And so I have to just move it one by one. But it helps to keep them all in the same place roughly. Because then I'm like when I'm going through all the copper depots, I can check them all out in one. So I just like having it organized like that. Okay, this is the right page. Could make a purple science depot as well, but the yellow science depot actually did quite well for a while. The problem is it ran out of resources fairly quickly. And then we'll rename this one Steel 2. Okay, so what I want then, so I want a bunch of these. And we'll just pop one on the other side just for the hell of it. For now, I'll just put that there. Okay. And now, bring this over here to where the smelters are going to be. And put those down. I probably could have blueprints for this sort of thing, but I don't really do them for something this simple. Like I'll probably use the copy paste if I need to like redo this one or anything like that, or make more onto it. Alright, so let's see. Flat up there, and then flat down here. And that needs another. Alright. So, I'm actually realizing that is just to get iron. I actually need another set to get steel. So I'll come back up here just so I can resupply. Alright. Oh, okay, apparently I have some circuits needing to come in first. There we go. And that was on page 4. Let's go back there. And now, I want to drop these here. Oh, one more. And I actually need some more of these too. And I'm doing the belts this way very deliberately, because this just allows for future expansion without a lot of rework of the system. Is that 12? I think I accidentally put 10 in there, and I don't want that. I suppose I could have just copied that other structure as well, because they're basically identical. But it's not the end of the world, and let's put some power beacons on these. I use a lot of small poles for this sort of stuff. I know you could use like a, or whatever they're called, these things, the substations, and like that would be effective as well, but it's not really the biggest deal, I think, because there's plenty of trees. Oops. And then let's go here, pop in these. Set up some splitters to populate them. Alright, and then let's pull this over. Alright, that is producing a lot more iron than it is. I don't actually know. I'm sure someone knows. Like, oh, here's a ratio for these things, but I don't know what it is. So I actually just am going to copy it this time. And then... yeah. I could beacon these too, but I'm not really in the habit of beaconing. Except for like science stuff. I like beaconing science. There we go. That doesn't produce a ton. We're definitely not getting anywhere close to the output here. So that will be something to improve upon. Let's do this. Let's add our train in. I'm realizing I don't actually have... oh, I do. I have some wood on me, so I can use that for the train fuel. I have been using wood for train fuel because... not terrible. I'm going to mark this as... let's see, red and blue purple, because that just kind of indicates it's a special train. All of my copper trains are green, all of my other trains, like my coal trains are black, iron trains are red, just so that I can kind of differentiate them. Steel dump, that's what I want, and I want it to be time passed, or empty cargo. Actually, you know what, because that's where it's actually getting... I've run into a problem before where I had fuel that, like trains that just weren't, they weren't fueling up because I had the empty cargo, and then it'll just leave as soon as it... and if the depot runs out completely, then it just cycles forever because it has nothing to pick up. Alright, let us do that. Set the other... oh, I should put some fuel in it too. Oh, I don't have any. Okay, well let's just put some coal in there. That's about all I have. Hopefully that's enough for it to make it. We'll see. I shouldn't need to fuel the other one. Red and blue. Alright, and then let's actually ride it just to make sure it has enough fuel to go all the way. Uh-oh, that's a bad sign. What's happening here? I don't like that. Maybe I will have to deal with that. Iron provider, that's probably one of these. There it is. Oh, I have turrets over there. That's a place that there definitely should be some turrets. Okay. Ah ha ha, still enough to catch the train. Now there is something probably. See, this is why it takes forever for these trains to go this distance because I'm not completely sure what they're waiting on actually. Oh, there we go. Okay. So now it's going. It's a long way. It's definitely a long way. The whole train system was built a while ago and it's quite complicated. So I've got depots all over the place, which means they have to come in from all those places, but they also have to go out to all those places. You can see there's a bunch of lines running all over, and then this one, I'm trying to actually get all the way out here. This is a long route. I don't actually know why I'm building a route there. Just septic seemed like a good idea. So, okay, so we're down to 2. I don't think it's gonna make it, actually. I don't think it's gonna make it all the way on this much coal. So I might need to go grab some more coal and fill it up. Luckily, I think we're about to run out right next to a coal depot. Yep. Alright. So let's go. Let's go get stuck in the woods. Alright, let's go grab some coal. Yeah. Go ahead and find where that train just went. Probably, I didn't think it would get far. There we go. That ought to be enough. It's almost there. And that looks like that might have actually cleared up a little bit. Oh, no, there's a ton of trains there. So, 150 steel is not a tremendously large amount of steel. Yeah, what are... So there's a lot of these that are just... Oh, so you're waiting. That's one of the holdups. That's a big holdup right there. So let's actually pop another car right there. Because see, that's the issue. When they get stuck here at the bottom, which some of them do, then everything gets stuck. So like this one will go... Where are you going? It's going to go up there and it's going to be fine. But yeah, I think it's... some of these get stuck very easily because I don't actually have a lot of... And they back up. See, because of stuff like this. Like what is... Listen, I've got a lot of trains that just do these like copper and steel plate dumps. Anyway, let's go back to steel. Okay, so we're definitely mining enough right now. We're just, oh, we're not producing enough of that anymore. And then, okay, so let's see, maybe it is equal ratio actually. That'd be kind of cool if that was true. Because then that means it's easy enough to keep balanced. Let's see what we get. What I'd like to see is just like a little bit of backup, but not a ton. Tiny bit of backup isn't bad. When you get a lot, that you know you're inefficient. And actually having like a lot of just backup could mean your system's healthy if it doesn't grow very quickly. So like here you can see these are still not doing anything, which means I have existing capacity I'm not taking advantage of. That's good. The fact that that started up. And let's see how long it takes. If it, yeah, so these are going dead again. Which means I'm either really close to what I want or I need a couple more. I think I might actually need a couple more. I mean, it's not going to hurt to make more. It's not really going to cause any problems. Where's my paste? Oops. Okay, I guess I don't have... I guess I just have to recopy again. I mean, this will definitely fill it up, and then I can start seeing how many I actually fill up in the steel. Maybe I can put like another one in there. We'll see. But I want these. This is the important because this is the end product, so I want this working full time. And then, still barely anything for this. We'll know that this is getting overloaded when this tier starts shrinking on the right side here. Okay, what? Oh god, not enough network storage space. I think a lot of that is... Oh, maybe not. Yeah, a lot of that is just bots trying to get to me. actually. See, a lot of it, they were all trying to drop off stuff by me, because I build things. Okay, so now we've got another steel depot going, but I really want to improve that, because where's the other one? The other one's over here somewhere, I think. Steel, here it is. So here's the other one, and you can see this has actually got quite a number of these going. Not too many mines, actually, and that has got about 2 million left. So what I might want to do, let's actually just make a bunch of these, actually, and just load it up. Just maybe 10 more on each side, and that'll be pretty good. The belts, I think, should be fast enough to handle that. Probably. How many do I have over here? I can always get faster belts if I need to also. I've got at least 10 more on each side, so that should be fine. And yeah, like not too many miners going. If I need more miners, I can always build more miners. That's the easy part of it. Okay, not waiting on anything. Sometimes the advanced circuits take a while to come in. Come down here, and what I'm doing, let's see. Oh, this is actually going to be bigger. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, so let's just grab this whole chunk here and duplicate it. There we go. That's going to involve a lot of blues. Just wait a minute for those to come in. And actually, I probably can use the same, oops, the same thing over here, can't I? Oh, I need some more belts. Let's go back here and get some belts. I left that construction bot, but it'll be okay. Hopefully. There we go. Yeah, it'll come back. I'm glad. I was hoping it didn't get too far. Yeah, we'll just wait till these come in. Yeah, so that'll be... Ooh, let's see, how much you getting? Okay, that's decent actually. That's a lot better than the first time it went in. So let's see after about 30 seconds how much it has. Alright, so that is going to be... Yeah, okay, just under 500. The next time it comes through, they'll definitely will have a lot more. Okay, oh, so now we're running out of ore. Okay, it's not a terrible problem to have. Get a couple more miners in there. 3. And then we'll pull our power line down that. See how that improves things. Maybe we'll drop just a couple more, because it's better to have too many than to have too few. Actually, I want to start pulling them up here as well. Alright, let's see how that goes. Basically now we need to make sure that these ones at the very end are actually... Okay, so it's stacking. See, that's good. The fact that it's stacking up there means that eventually it'll fill all the way up. And this is almost actually a full, just solid belt of it. Probably I could drop like maybe 2 or 3 more miners on here and get that filled all the way up. But I think that should be fine. Okay, yeah, see, that's filling up. Also, it's filling up because these are full now. So what I could do, I might actually be able to drop another one of these, because I can see that belt. It's fairly balanced, actually. And this is still stuck in purgatory. Okay. Because the issue is I can't really do a ton more here. Like I've kind of maxed out what can happen here. So like you can see I'm getting full belts through here. It's just hard getting a lot of throughput. I've already got three belts pushing into here. Though they are, oops. They are not very good belts, so I could upgrade those. That might be a thing worth doing. Let's see, because I already got a little bit of that in there. Let's do the next tier and let's see what that gets us. You know what? This actually, let's just pull that all the way through. Because that will definitely be able to handle that distance. Okay, yeah, so see now that's a solid belt, which should hopefully give us a little bit more throughput than what we had before. It's all of these are still blues, and it'd actually be kind of a large investment to make them all green, or whatever this green, yeah. But might actually be worth it. Like you can see, it'd be a really big investment to do that, though, because all of this, I've got enough throughput here. I've got enough on the belt. It just isn't able to get to the correct place as fast as I want it to. So maybe, yeah, see, and this is because it's blue onto green. It's just too slow. And so these would all have to be upgraded. It'd be a huge pain, because I actually don't even have the automation, I think, for that. See, these used to be mostly full. I'm actually starting to run out of wood because I've been using it for powering all the furnaces and stuff and all the trains. But luckily, once this drops, if this runs out, then the coal should automatically take over. So I just haven't been using that much coal. So I have over here, where is it? Oh, not here. So here's this. I need some automation of that, but then I also have that coming over to here. And wait, what does this do? Oh, this doesn't do anything. Maybe I should actually make that do something. Maybe this is where I could do my the ultra fast splitters. I think actually, oh, here they are. Here's where the fast splitters are being built. So like it's kind of, this whole area is kind of jumbled and topsy-turvy, and it'd actually be kind of difficult to make a decent number of these. Well, we could try anyway. We need plastic for that. That's kind of interesting. I feel like that's the sort of thing I could actually put on the bus, but everything on the bus is full until you get like way down here. And I don't really know if I want to put more down here, because it just take forever for anything to show up. Because the bots are fast, but they're not that fast. But regardless, so let's just see if we try to speed some of this up. You can see like I have so many of these because I'm just really trying to split everything nicely. But I do have already a thing that builds these. Of course, when this runs, the iron production really starts hurting, because it really starts pulling from the belt. That's probably okay. Alright, so let's just see. What I want to do is maybe I just want to hook all this up just so that I can get through to that steel. Because I feel like that might be a good thing to have working. Also, you can see I don't have all 8 of these belts down to the steel. So that's another consideration. You can see that already running into those limitations there. Let's actually just grab this whole thing and then grab the plastics. I'm going to need some of that. Actually, seems like I might be running a little low on plastic there. Okay, advanced circuits, that's not great. Let's let those, because those are expensive to build, so let's just let those come in normally. See, I don't really use these advanced ones except for when I'm, oh, you can see already. That's actually, like, I like to see this because it means that the throughput is actually getting through faster. And that's not a terrible thing. Okay, so I can make 10 of them because they... Alright, let's see if I do that. I shouldn't let it run out. And then if we go through this one... So that's kind of interesting that this side is having issues. Because they should be, theoretically, they should be balancing out. But the idea is once I get all this done, if I get all these hooked in, then it should actually... Like, I'm burning through so many resources right now. It should actually be able to get full throughput on one of these belts. So that's kind of the hope of what we're going to try here. I really should expand this. But this is kind of interesting to watch and see that go down. Oh, you know why? It's because these two aren't hooked up. That's why. And so actually, if I just do this, you can already see that throughput is much better. It's not perfect, because it's still having to hook into some other things, but... It's actually a lot better. So we're almost there. Let's just try to get this whole thing done, and then maybe I'll pull down this. You know what? Yeah, I kind of actually want to... Let's just pull this in, because that is going to need to be there. Like that. Oops. Alright. And then that, that. Where did this go before? It went there. Okay, so it wasn't there. Probably don't need as many of those, actually. Oh, I should probably use the green ones, too. Alright, and then that and that. There we go. Oh, now we're getting a full belt. That's nice. Or at least, you know, as full as we're going to get. You can tell I don't actually have these in the quick bar because I don't use them that often. I normally am using the blues, and that's why the blues are in the quick bar there. Okay. Okay, now that's actually okay. And now that's actually pushing a full belt all the way through. And then what I want is I want to move this all the way into that as well. Let's get that in there. Just to give it that full throughput all the way through. Alright. And then I'll pull that in there. Alright. That actually has increased the throughput on that very nicely. So this is, all of these are functional. And so I like that. That's making me happy. And it doesn't seem like... Oh, something's going wrong here. You're going there. Oh, I moved this whole section down at some point, and I didn't move the rest of it down. So let's actually do this. Cut this. Let's move it down one, just like I did with the other one. And then that's kind of the reason I did that. Oops, is I wanted to have this one belt and just all the material come off of this belt rather than it pulling from everything, which now I can tell this isn't actually a very good idea. So let's do this. Yeah, okay, there we go. And these are all to balance. Like, I'm just really trying to rebalance this onto here so that by the time it gets through here, see, with enough balancers, it actually kind of flattens out. I used to have, at some point, a large section here where all the iron was going into chests in case it, like, ran out, but then I realized, like, if it runs out, like, that's not the biggest deal. Okay, so that's not too bad. And the biggest thing is gears, honestly. There's a huge demand for gears here. Alright, so now let's see. That, we're getting some more steel in there. Getting more steel going through here. The circuit production's whacked. I'm not even going to try to fix that right now. Getting a lot more steel there, so that's good. And then this one is not getting enough, so maybe this will be the next one that I want to fix. That's going to be kind of expensive, though, to pull that all the way down. Maybe we'll just start. This is kind of interesting here. Maybe we'll just start with this. Okay, and then we actually want to. Oh yeah, that's why, because it doesn't really work out too nicely or prettily for that. Okay, and then let's take this to here, and then we can pull these in here. See, like, this is basically what I've been doing. I've just kind of been expanding it a little bit as I come down here. This pipe needs to move. But that's probably okay. I think I can stretch that. Yeah, it should be fine. And that, let's actually hook this up there and there. And you can kind of see by looking at the bus, I've got copper and then it kind of ends here. And at some point, this was actually where the original bus was before I decided I needed a lot more space. And so this is one of the few, this doesn't even, yeah, and the pipes, I guess they kind of come down, but the coal and stone is the only one that's actually fully into its new place. Then I've got these, which are further, but still kind of go off, and then, because I don't really need 8 belts of iron down here. Like you can see, the only thing down here is, well, this was making nuclear reactors, but like the mini ones, and I don't need that much for it, so I really only need the heavy copper kind of down to here, actually. Wow. Is that? Oh, okay, so that's where all the plastic is going. All the plastic is going into... This is for the rocket. So maybe I need... because see, we've got plenty here, and then it just... This is, again, not enough throughput. I probably should have 4 bars of... or 4 blocks of plastic like I do with the circuits, but I don't really want to move everything again, honestly, because basically what I had to do is I had to shift everything here back. And that's why I actually had to get rid of one here, and that's why there's all this empty space here. I'd actually have to shift so much stuff to get 2 more into the bus. So when I build buses now, I start them at much higher capacity. But yeah, it looks like the copper's actually doing okay. It's just we're not getting it there fast enough. So that might also benefit from a little bit of this. Okay. Put that in there and there. And then let's just see if that gives us a little bit more throughput. That's great. Okay. So I can see already there's some problems there, but that's okay, because really that's kind of to be expected. Do I have another one of these? I have one there, and then there. And then the rest of this, oh, there we go. Let's make a couple of these then. Actually, just do the whole thing, might as well. The one reason I've been a little loath to do this more recently is I had this all before, and then there's a huge upgrade, and I actually lost all my mods because they got kind of torched. And so 90% of my belts just disappeared because I was using the specific mod for them. Alright, so that gives us more of that. And there. And then that's almost everything. Alright, and then let's put this in. And another one here. There we go. Oh yeah, that is not great, because I think that's now colliding with this belt. Shit. You know what we're gonna do for that then is I'm actually gonna go with a red, because it's just a different type of belt, and I'm going to replace this with that so that I can use the blue here. There we go. I probably should rearrange my hotbar a little bit better, but Wow, okay. That's interesting. Okay, so now the only thing stopping that is there. There we go. Solid. And now this is just moving faster, which means that they're still keeping up. They're doing okay. That's kind of fun. Okay, so now we're pushing... See, because there was just a bottleneck there, and now I'm just pushing more plastic through. And so here's the next one. This is going over there. And then, but now I think we're getting more through here. Oh, you can see that also. I've got faster belts there, but not actually on these. Oops. Let's see if we just push them all through a little faster. There we go. There's a bottleneck there. Perfect. And now I just need to get it to that point. Uh-huh. Okay, and then we've got another set over here. And then just a bunch here. And so, yeah, down there is where I'm trying to get to. Okay. Let's just see if we manage to push it past to this point. Does that help anything? Still having a problem with steel. So I might want to check on that once I'm done here. And actually, it looks like copper is... Oh, you know what? Copper might be having issues because maybe now that I've pushed steel and I've eliminated that bottleneck basically, and so now there's just more bottlenecks that we're dealing with. Okay, so let's... actually, looks like it's okay down here. Steel... Wow, okay. Yeah, we're definitely now maxing this out. Oh, no, that's because there's two right there. Okay. There we go. Ooh. Okay, yeah. Now we've maxed what these are capable of producing. Ooh, which is a little problematic for me, honestly, because I don't have a lot of room to make more of these. I could go up here like this and put in a couple more that way. The problem is now I'm starting to run into this iron here, which I might be able to get around. Right, so actually what I could do, instead of this doing what it's doing here, I could actually just go here. Because these actually have quite a long reach, quite a bit longer than the blue. I could just go there. And then I can actually get something similar for this. And just pull it in there, and that gives me the ability to maybe have a couple of these in here. You know, I want less. Okay, just that. Okay, so I could probably put that in there and there. Those are chemical plants. And then I can actually just put one of these here. Oh, these needed... We're supposed to have power lines in between them. That's okay. That's okay. Might actually need faster pole to go through here too. Oh, and I'd need... Oh god, that's the other problem, is I need this. Okay, well, we can probably fix that as well in the same manner. It's gonna start getting a little harder. This is why I've tried not to muck with this part of the base too much, because it really is not well built for this. And then that is going to be there, and so then we'll just hook that up like so. There we go. Alright, that's backed up now. So maybe it was just the sudden onrush of things. Okay, so actually that is not doing too terrible now. That looks much better. That looks much, much better. Steel is actually doing pretty well too. I'm seeing some good steel coming through here. Solid belt. Because now we're getting some good... perfect. Okay. So things are a little better now. But let me see, because we were originally trying to fix the purple science. If I come all the way, whoops, I think I went too far. Purple science. Uh-huh. So we definitely have more steel now, so we're getting this. Uh-huh. And what that means, probably, is I could, you know, I wonder if I could improve upon this with speed boosts. Do I have any? I do. Alright, so what if I put 4 of these in here? What breaks? I think this is still producing quite fast. This might be producing kind of slow because this takes what? 15 seconds. We need 1 of them and this takes 21, but I've just sped it up by quite a bit. Let's see. Let's see what runs out first. Okay. Both of those run out. So this actually is going to take longer, which means I should probably just put a tier 3 on that. Ooh. I don't like when I have to build those. They take forever. Which is why I just have basically an entire series of factors that does nothing but build these. I forget exactly why I needed that. I needed it for something. Okay, so then that is going to give me this. What is happening here? Okay, I should go repair that at some point. Okay, so ooh, you're not getting enough of these. Okay. And that's actually fully maxed out. It cannot go any faster. Okay, so in that case, we can't do this. Maybe we can go twice. But I would actually have to rework this entire recipe to get more circuits. You know, and that's just going to be a problem. Okay, so we'll just leave that alone. I'd need a better recipe if I wanted to make any better with that. So that's okay. We are actually, like, slowly going up. Alright, let me see. Go check everything. So this is what I like to do. I like to go, and I know there's some people that just will mine the whole thing out and then come back later. I like to just, you know, move my mines along and not have too many in one spot just because, I don't know, OCD probably. Not actually using a ton of iron anymore. The big thing is copper once you get to a certain point. Okay, this one is actually getting close to its end of life. Over here. Yeah, we're doing good there. You can see I have a lot of these. This one is barely tapped. Ooh. It's also kind of like in a weird spot because it's got this stuff in between it. So what I've been trying to do is like slowly mine it out. Uh-oh. That's not great. I don't want it on that side. There we go. I'll probably at some point need to get some copper miners in here and mine out some of the copper so I can get at that, but for now, it's good the way it is. Just because, you know, when the deposits mingle like that, I don't want to have to build out a filter system just to, this is 23, just to get that all separated out. The whole system is built not for that at all. What is going on? That is, oh. That's the top of the wall. That's wall 3. Wait, where am I? Oh, no, this is wall 4. Never mind. Wall 4. Let's go to oil. Okay. And it looks like someone's doing things. I mean, this segment is not, well, this is actually decently well defended, but the thinner walls, because I'm usually planning to temporarily replace them eventually, are not always as well defended. So this section here, that's just a mine that The only thing it does is it provides iron for what happened here? Provides iron for the um, nuclear fuel. And so that's I've got like 5 or 6 miners on there, which is way too many. Okay, where was that happening? Oh, here it is. Ooh, wow, a lot of stuff here. Let's just drop some more towers here, because that might help. Alright, just check the rest of it. I don't come here very much, so it's not, like these repairs, there's damage might have been here for a very long time. Because this, again, is not a main wall. This is what the main wall looks like. It's actually got, like, roboports and construction bots and, like, actual paths, too, to go down the whole of it. What was I doing? Oh, yeah, I was in the middle of looking at my iron mines. Oh, yeah, so these we can also pull up and move. Yeah, and by the time the mine is done, there's just all these little telephone poles there, which I kind of like. I like the way it looks. This one, I've actually recently started trying to, like, recently in the game, in this particular game, started to try to get some of these smaller deposits, because I want to clear out this whole area. Like, I'll probably grab this deposit and maybe even this one at some point, just because I want to clean it up before I move out to the outer ones. And hopefully by the time I'm done with a lot of that, then I'll have this. I mean, this whole section now is completely protected, so I can grab any of these. And these are actually really big deposits. Okay, so this one's actually filling up that train. Yeah, you can see the trains are using like wood as fuel. I had so many of it, I didn't really know what else to do. And so I just started using it for fuel. It's been okay. I definitely have had a few instances where some of the super long train routes have actually run out because they'll burn through 150 wood. But that doesn't seem like that's happening too often. Okay, here's the latest one. This is where all my overflow goes. If I've got other... Yeah, so it's not completely filled up yet. And then... This is... I call this outpost. This is actually... before I built walls 2 and 3, this actually used to be like really far out in the middle of nowhere. But it basically just has these train routes between these. And I did actually fully... or almost fully mine these out. They just produce a ton of plates. And then there's little trains that come by constantly and pick those up. Oh, I guess there's not a ton. So there's 2 for that and then 3 for this one. Maybe I should put another one on there, actually. Yeah. This is like the first real outpost I did that was standalone. So it has its own power grid. All that stuff, which actually took quite a while to set up because I didn't have teleporters at that point, and this whole area was no man's land, so I had to keep running back and forth to get material and bring it back. Now, of course, I've got one up here, you know, like this is just a huge iron depot that actually makes steel and iron and sends it into teleport chests, which get teleported actually up to here. This is this is a big science bus. So you can see I really took my time building this. The only thing this does is science and research, and it's just powering these labs, which actually it's not fully powering all of them, so something is running out. Purple. Like, it's always purple. Purple science is really impossible. Alright, so here's the copper. Okay, that's there. I was experimenting with some base layout here, so I've got belts going in both directions, which, you know, it's kind of worked. Let's see, and then the iron. This one is actually fully popped. Like, I can't put any more on it. Well, I might be able to put another one there, or here. Yeah, I could put one here. But at some point, this is actually going to run out, which is kind of a almost like end of an era sort of thing. I'm not sure where I'll go after that. I might have to stop sourcing plates, or maybe I'll come down here or here. But this was a huge deposit, and it's still got, you know, 6 million left in it, so it's going to last for a while. But these deposits were both enormous, and this has been probably producing for at least 300 game hours, maybe longer. All the oil is pretty consistent, like it doesn't really do that much, whereas this actually, oh yeah, so, and a lot of my oil is pretty close. So this I think is actually just piping straight down. Rocket 2, this is not the first one. I don't know where the first one actually went. But this one was actually an attempt to make a solar powered base, so it doesn't have any reactors. And the only thing it's designed to do, oh, it does, I guess it has reactors now, but originally it was supposed to be solar powered. What it does is it's just a rocket. And it just, I've got like 5 or 6 bases like this where it's just a rocket that's just producing rocket stuff, and this is the satellite. I've gotten a little bit more efficient with it. With a couple of the other bases, so now it's just a pattern I can copy. But this is the first. You gotta start somewhere, right? And so this has been slowly, I think this is actually the second or third copper depot or copper mine that I've had for this. And okay, guess we'll go around. You are, okay, you're just full. I think I actually might be running out of iron. Unless, do I have another? Oh, I have another iron down here. But yeah, I'm just kind of slowly letting these play out because there's not that many of them left. Of course, coal has never really been an issue. There you can see I have topped this one. They used to have them on the top. All right. A lot of these older bases have walls, even though this one has got like almost 3 layers of walls around it. But yeah, I guess that's kind of the thing with them. This one was a little close to base, so when I started running out of the iron, then I had to go find somewhere else, and eventually this one is, I mean, eventually it's completely going to run out of resources and have to be moved. I've got a couple, or another one that's like that, where it's just the only thing it was doing was copper, because everything else ran out, and so I just changed it into a copper train. You can see this is a very large copper mine at some point. And so you can see those nice little rows there. Now, it's just got one left. And this one is going to be out pretty soon, probably by the next time I check through here. Alright, how are we doing here? This is another one that's pretty old. Getting close to being finished. This one's doing alright. It is saturated though, so I took those 2 others, and I'm not going to put 2 more of them here. I'm just going to put the one, oops, that I took here, and because the very last one at the end is going to be something. Okay, so let's take this one. A lot of the smaller copper mines I picked up. Let's see. Oh, something got destroyed. This is a fun one, because this actually had a whole deposit here, and another one over here. And they're both starting to run out. If I take this, yeah, that'll be fine. I don't like double loading my belts if I can't help it. So I got a bunch of mines, like I got 9 mines at this point that just, you know, going in there. This one is actually doing okay. 25. Okay, this one, there's one over here. I mean, honestly, for me, this is part of the fun. This is what, 28, 25, okay, 27. This one is also saturated. Sometimes it's a little hard to spot the red lights. Hard to tell if this one's saturated, actually, because there's not a train here, so it's not actively loading, but given the number of mines here, it seems like it's probably pretty close to it. But as we get here, let's see. This one's doing okay. 30, yeah. So 30 is the one where I'm probably going to dump as many of these as I can. Probably actually fill it up. Because this is the one that is, I just started. Alright, so let's... Excuse me. I'm coughing a lot. Alright, something is getting like terribly broken, and I will have to deal with that at some point. Alright. So now that'll increase that throughput quite a bit more. I can probably put like maybe another 5 on here and then I'll have to open another one. So probably do one of these. Or maybe one of these. Just to, you can see that the train routes are slowly expanding. Alright, what's going on? This is circuit 4. Looks like we've lost a bunch of stuff. Okay. The circuits are just places that, you know, oh god, we're completely out of power. What happened here? Well, that at least explains why they got in. Uh-huh. Which means I need to fix this before I leave, because otherwise I won't be able to. Okay. Where's my reactor? Got plenty of fuel. We're just... What is going on with you? You've got temperature. The boilers just aren't doing anything? What is going on here? This happened recently. Okay, we've got water. We've got output. It's taking in water. Burner result. Oh god. Okay, so I never built a. That's the problem. Okay, let's. Okay, I can't actually do anything with that. But I never actually built anything for recycling these. So that's a lot of fun. Let me do this. I'm just gonna. Crap. Now I'm stuck with this, and I don't really want it. I'm going to put it in here. That's definitely where I should put it. Let me just, you know, I'm going to kick this problem down the road. Oh, right. My inventory's still full. Just give it just enough space. I probably shouldn't have pulled it all, honestly. I probably should have just pulled a little bit of it. And then we'll just do this. That'll give us, like, double the capacity. This is supposed to go somewhere. There's supposed to be something that picks this up. I'm not quite sure. Oh, yeah, so that's there. That's all that stuff happening. So yeah, this is also one of the earlier attempts at making one of these. Now I have an actual blueprint I use for this, but you know. All right, actually, let me get back to Enigma. Ooh. Computer's running hot. Alright, so now that power situation should be fine. Because we've actually got plenty of, well, not plenty, but a decent amount of this. And that'll fill this up, and then should be okay. All right, let's see. Just finished the copper, I think. Coal. Okay, yeah. So I don't have as much coal because I don't use a ton of it, but I do have some. But these mines are actually starting to run dry. I'm hoping that 5 is relatively new. Doesn't look amazingly new. I wonder if I want to open up another one of these. This actually might not be a bad place to do that. At a little iron thing there. We actually were just there. It's a decent bit of coal. Let's see how this works, because this one is gonna. It's actually kind of a ways, but once the train shows up there, this area is a bit of a mess because there's a lot of different directions that are all, and you can see I was. This was built before the new rail builder was in place, and so it's a little squiggly because I was trying to figure out what I'm doing. What is this? Oh, it's not great. What is happening here? Okay, that's a sign, so we'll get to that. Looking to see where this is. It's coming soon. Yeah, so you can see like all of this is just because I was I was not doing a very good job with the rail builder. The rest of this though, like, well, this is actually all my fault with the rail builder doing something weird. Alright, let's see here. Full cargo inventory. Okay, so that fills up pretty fast, and actually, wow, that is actually a two carrier thing. I could drop a couple more here. I don't really need to though because it's already kind of full. So yeah, maybe let's go back to around to iron 30 and put some mines on this. That's probably not a great direction for them to be. Let's put them here instead. And there we go with this. Alright. Whole thing there. And let's pull some track. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Okay, so I'm probably gonna need to pull it a little bit further down, but that's okay. Put that there. And toss this on here, and now I just have to kind of expand this, go up to the top here, because I've got signals here. I want to make this part of the same block. There is actually, like you can see, kind of a handler here. You're all stuck on. Like, what is in this block? This is an, oh no. Wait a minute. Oh, because this is full up. That's why. They're starting to get traffic jams there, but all the end of the world. Just pull this much closer to home. There we go. Okay, now 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right, because, oh god. Ran out of circuits. Okay, well in that case, let's go back to the main base and get resupply. And also, while we're at it, build some more stuff here. Alright, what did we get? We got 12, 13, 16. I think the rest I should have already. I actually, like you can see, I normally just keep the parts on me to make most of these lines, including rail, which I just get from somewhere. I forget which. I don't even know where the machine is that does the rail at this point, but it's somewhere. I don't need to put a teleporter on this because iron 30's here, but the coal is probably going to last a lot longer than the iron is. And so I don't necessarily want to have to rely on that. Because if at some point I'm going to accidentally just get rid of that teleporter, and then where will I be? So let's put this in. We are on coal. This is going to be coal 6. And then comes the time-honored tradition of just moving it across the pages. It's more annoying when I do iron, because then I have to move it across, at this point, 7 pages. You know, I keep wondering, like, well, do I really need this many teleports? And the answer is yeah. I suppose I could just start building, like, regional teleport areas that you teleport to, and then having more localized, like, rail transportation or just running from there, but my stuff, like, is so drawn out and all over the place that I don't really want to do that. We'll see. Maybe someday. It's all experimentation, right? I think this was on page 3, so we got a little while to go. Na, 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 na. And oops, go up. There we go. And maintenance. This is why I don't do this sort of thing very often. I'm just in the middle of it now. Okay, so now I need a train. Locomotive. Did I not build another engine? Apparently I did not build another engine. Great. Thought I did. Well, anyway, that means that I need to... Let's actually go to the train yard. And from the train yard, I'm actually going to grab some of this. And then you can see all the bots just streaming over to try to bring me things. Streaming across the map. I gotta wait for them to all show up too, because I do need what they're bringing me. Oh boy, that was unpleasant. Is that a wall? That is the wall. Where is... Oh, I don't have a flame on this part of the wall. I should probably prune this back, actually. It's not super ideal. It's okay, though. Plenty of bots. I actually had a mob once that did shields, like gave you a little shield. And maybe I should bring that back, because that was actually pretty useful. Alright, and I'm actually not going to wait for all these bots to show up again for a second round, because I need to drop some train stuff here. Okay. And there. Hey. Alright. Oops, I need more of these. Wonder why I didn't finish building those. I'm sure there was a good reason for it. Might not have been. Actually, what I really should... Yeah, I should drop some radars on these two. I don't think I dropped a radar on that other thing that I just built, which I've already forgotten what it was. Copper? Maybe it was copper. I don't remember. I don't think I dropped a radar on that. But it's not the end of the world. I'll just... Like, I don't need to see it. It's just kind of useful, too. Alright, so there's that. And then we want this to be black, because the coal is black. And I'm actually going to power it on. Oh, actually, we could probably power on coal. That could work. And if you're wondering where those logs went, I think they went into my trash slots, because I auto trash logs. Alright, nope, not quite. We need to... and then set up its route, and this is actually, I need to rename this coal 6. The names they come up with are cute, but I don't want to use them. So let's see, let's go to coal dump, and we're going to be there for 30 seconds. And then we're going to come here, and we're going to wait until we have full cargo. Bye-bye. That should be okay. It's not too far away. Alright, one more place to dump stuff. And you can see this is hardly over full. So I can easily put more there, which is good. What is this? Power 2. Oh yeah, so this is a whole system where this is making circuits. So this is actually this first circuit production I did. When I built it, it was a very far away. As you can see, wall 4 is actually about to encircle it. Same with these. So that's kind of fun. Like the walls, the ever-expanding walls are actually encircling some of my older outposts. So let's see. This has been going on for a really long time. And this iron dump really is barely taking up any space at all. Oops. You can see it used to actually be up here, and I've slowly been whittling it down. The copper dump, on the other hand, is almost out, actually. So at some point soon, I need to make my way over to this copper and just pull like all this stuff. But I'm not doing that yet, because there's still some left, and it'd be just work. This one, I believe everything is... Oh yeah, this is not a circuit anymore. This is actually just doing copper. And also, it no longer has a working uranium mine, because the uranium was up here and I went through it all. This is an earlier, a really early circuit dump that I just kind of repurposed into doing copper, because, you know, I figured there's a couple of copper mines nearby. I might as well soak them all up. But because it has... Actually, I don't know. Yeah, this actually does have... has its own oil, which it's not doing anything with at the moment. What is going on here? Uh-oh. Okay, so you can see that actually had some flamethrowers on it. That is the 4th wall. I should check that out at some point. The 4th wall break. Alright. And is this... That's just waiting for space. Okay. That's that. Circuit 2, alright. Stone, I really don't go through that much stone. And I only have 4 because, you know, or 5, however many I have, just for At some point I was making a tremendous amount of concrete. But that is kind of in the past. Okay, so this one... Yeah, so this is actually a fun thing. This is in the middle of this space. I'd originally built these paths to run along, I forget what they were running along. It was like one of the walls or something. Oh yeah, here it is. But yeah, this wall has long been defunct. I haven't used it in a long time. But I do have this tiny little stone depot here because there was stone. And it hooks actually really nicely into the train lines because the train line is right here. So yeah. Can't be... This is a one-way track, so I have to make it, you know, go back that way. Let's see. Stone. Circuit 4 is another. This one's a little bit more advanced. You can see this is actually... oh, this is the one that broke. Never mind. So I was going to say this is an example of a good reactor, but it is not, because this is actually the one that screwed up earlier. Okay, let's see. That's probably the last one we're going to get on this row, and then we'll have to move on to the next row. Decent bit of this here as well, and I think... Oh, let me see what's over here. Could probably put a couple more circuit producers on there, actually, but not the biggest deal. There's a bunch more iron here. This also is going to get caught by the new wall that comes in. And for this one, the copper is actually somewhere else because I couldn't find a nearby copper deposit. So it had to have its own. So you can see it's got a little rail network that goes between. Okay. That place on the wall, this is a very specific, you can see for one of, for the original wall here, and actually part of this second one, I have some artillery here. So this place on the wall, it's just the corner here. I don't remember why I have it there. I think at some point when I first came back to this game, these walls, none of these really existed. Or maybe the first one existed, and so I just needed a way to get to here quickly. Well, the bots streaming out. It'll make their job a little easier. Alright, there you go, there you go. Oh yeah, these ones a rocket must have just launched. So they're all bringing the product. I'm going to need, at some point for the final version of this, I'm going to need 100,000 white science, so that's kind of what I'm saving up for. Alright, steel. And look, steel 2. We just built this one. Oh, this is the one that I just built, and I need there we go. Now it looking pretty good. Looking pretty good. Everything doing good. This one, what does it got? Oh, I can't actually see what it's got in this cargo hold until I'm closer to it. Wall 3, all the wall 3 stuff. Outpost 1. Oh, here's the original. This is actually the one that's solar powered. So you can see like a bunch of the solar panels up here, and all it does now is just copper. Because it used to do circuits, and it used to do, or actually, no, oh no, it still has a rocket, never mind. Maybe, I think this is all defunct. I don't think any of this actually does anything anymore. Because I think, yeah, I don't think this actually works. Because none of this is actually, output is full. Yeah, so none of this is actually doing anything. It's just that this comes up here, and then there's actually a copper train that comes and picks it up. It used to do both copper and iron, but then I ran out of iron. You can see here's the old iron mine. And I didn't bother to migrate to that one up there. But, you know, it's still goes on. It doesn't cost me anything to run because it's just solar powered, which actually makes me wonder if I should do the rest of these solar powered. That'd be kind of interesting. And you know, there's still 1.5 million copper, so I just let it run. Doesn't really do much. At some point I'm probably gonna have to remove this belt going through here. Yellow science. This one had this huge I'm gonna have to turn this into copper at some point too. It's got this copper mine here, bunch of stuff, and it just produced yellow science packs. So you can see here's the yellow science production. The issue I ran into, which I think is what I'm going to see, is that um, I'm out of iron. And yeah, so like, and I haven't really like, I could go all the way over here, but also I think yellow science is no longer really a big problem of mine, so I do actually need to figure out what to do with this. Let's do this to start off. Let's just clean this whole thing up. Because it also has its own like reactor and everything. Okay, pull that in. Yeah, I kept it going for quite a while, so I'm not really, you know, upset that it's gone. It produced quite well, and actually the copper mine's going to run out pretty soon as well. So what I could do here, yeah, oh, there's actually stuff in here. I think, oh, you know what? I think there's actually, the train actually still does come through here, but it's like completely full. Because that's why I haven't done anything with it, is because this is still, it's actually still got like 20,000 yellow science in here. And it doesn't really hurt anything. It's also working off of its own reactor with oil and stuff, I think. Oh, no, you know what? No, it's on the main power line, isn't it? Yes, it is. Well, that's kind of cool. But yeah, that's why I haven't done anything with it, because it's still doing things. Every time I run into this, I'm like, oh, I should do with this. Okay, so this one. These are so big. Like this patch is 64 million. Or, well, 64, 50, 45. Oh, 45 million, okay. Like I've chunked away at a little chunk of it, but it takes forever. And these are only single trains. This is all for the science base. But it was still too slow, even with these belts at full power, which is why I have 5 of them. And yeah, they don't run out actually that often, but they still occasionally do. Oh god, I've got so many mining drills now because I pulled in that other one. I shouldn't have done that. Alright, let's see that. Let's just put that up there, because otherwise that's never going to get mined. Oh yeah, so you can see like it fills up pretty fast, and they're not actually too far away from the science base. So we just watch this one go. I've actually built a lot of infrastructure here, but you can see it's a very quick trip for them. So I don't really go with the 2. Also, if you do 2, then if I did 2, I'd have to do more. Basically, the way the unloaders here work is they actually just unload from both sides, so it's actually pretty quick to unload as well. You see this one, sometimes it takes a little while. Well, except, yeah, I guess the coal, there wasn't a reason to unload that from both sides. Okay, this is the smaller one. Copper. Same deal, just a ton of resources here. I just have more of them so that I get more throughput on the trains. Occasionally, biters will destroy half a train and then just not the other half, which I think is really rude, because then I just have to come and fix all the trains and then everything gets backed up. If they just took out the whole train, I think all the other trains would keep running. But they never do that, you know? They just destroy half of it usually. These also don't have any of their own like constructor bots, most of them. So I have to come through and repair them. But honestly, the lasers are powerful enough at this point that I don't really have too much trouble with that. I mean, I'm constantly getting little attacks on stuff. Like, what was this? Oh, that was on the wall again. Okay. Okay, that's that. That's that. Okay, here we go. Yeah. Just obscene amounts of material up here. That's honestly one of the reasons why I kind of want to make this, because what I want to do is something similar to what I've got going on here, where this is essentially just, it's just a mining depot. It's got enough power to handle the mines. And then it comes in, gets a ton of copper in here, gets a ton of iron in here, it's got its fuel, and then it just brings it all the way up here. Because those depots are almost never, or those mines are almost never going to run out. Way up here. and drops it off here. And you can see I've got 4 of each and 2 locomotives, so it actually goes at some speed. Fills it all up. This, I might need to actually bring more trains through here, honestly, because it just takes them a long time. But at some point I want to set up something like this similar, and then maybe do like another circuit production where it just gets its stuff coming in from other places. Anyway, where are we right now? Science copper 4. So let's go to 5. Okay, and then we'll go to coal, which I think is the one that just came under attack recently. No, maybe it's not. And I only need 1 coal. I actually do need 2 stone because apparently science packs require a decent bit of stone for some reason. I guess some of these do actually have constructor bots on them. I'm wrong about that. Okay, rocket 3. This is one of the first attempts at like really compressing the rocket. So you can see like this is a much more compressed version of it. It's got all the stuff in it and everything kind of coming around it. Ooh, this came under attack recently. Very self-contained. And I try to find places that have the copper and iron nearby. There's not a lot of places like that though, so I've not had the most luck of that. Some of the other, I think this is one of the few ones that has them really close by, so that they're all in the same wall area. And then, oh yeah, and also finding the finding this and oil nearby. And then you can see I didn't find coal, but all the way, finding all of these things together is really important because otherwise you don't really have anything. This, I mean, I don't use that much coal. It's like for plastic. Alright, so here's circuit 5. This one, you notice, does not have any walls, and that's because it is completely within the walls. And these walls were actually built when it was constructed, so I didn't need to put it in any walls. I think it's actually starting to run out of copper. Yeah, the copper deposit on here is definitely not as large as it once was. You can see it used to be quite a bit larger. Okay, rocket 4. Here's another. This is another iteration of the rocket. You can see I used kind of the same thing and then tried to make it so that all the inputs were kind of coming in good. But yeah, this one isn't even fully walled, but it doesn't really have to be because the biters almost never go for the inner center. This is walled, but they kind of harass these areas and they never really get in here for some reason. Guess it's lucky, but yeah, I've never had to full wall it because of that. Let's see what we have down here for copper. And whenever I actually just need white science packs. I have like 4 or 5 rockets or rocket stations just producing those. They're slow. That's the only thing. Is these are really slow because I don't have any speed boosts on them. I have only production boosts, and so they take a really long time. But like you can see, there's quite a bit in here. Rocket launch products is a fish, huh? That's interesting. So I have about 7K in there, almost 8, and I'll just go around occasionally and grab them, and I'll get like 30K because I just leave them alone for so long. Which one was this? This is rocket 5, I think. Yeah. 4. That must be 4. Yeah, this is 4 because this is 5. This one, I think, this is where I was attempting to standardize all the inputs down here, so you can see there's a pattern now. I can just grab it from here. I might pull that up a bit, but this is roughly the same pattern as all the others, but it's now just trying to get all the inputs in one direction, so it's actually something I can easily just copy paste somewhere else. You can see basically the same idea. I do think I need to work on this a little bit because everything, like always, it's always waiting on rocket control units. These are always the problem. If you see, there's, another 7K here. Yeah, so let's go check out the iron for this. It's actually a lot of iron. I don't know if I need this many mines on here, but that's okay. And I've actually just got a rail going straight through it. That actually is going to cause some problems in the future. I might actually curve the rail around it when I get to that point, just a little bit. Because by the time I get to this, maybe I'll do the whole thing and then I'll just come back for that. I mean, that's going to be forever. I don't really need to think about that much. And then here is, I think this is the most recent one. You can see I've got standardized, where is it? I've got this as a standardized blueprint now as well, and it actually picks up the old ones and recycles them in. Yeah, it takes a little while to get off the ground, but it's not the big deal. Oh yeah, and you can see I use the same template here. I just copy pasted in and made sure all the fluid inputs lined up. We're good to go. This one is, I think I didn't actually put, at this point I had the speedy suit, so I didn't actually put teleports on the iron and copper. I just went around and I just run around them. Go repair that. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, we'll pop that there, and then let's go check out the iron. I never need to check out the coal, really. I probably should, but like these rocket things don't really go through that much coal at all. It's a little windy outside. Let's see. Let's go in here. Yeah, they don't get attacked that often, actually, because they don't produce that much pollution. Compared to like the main base produces a ton of pollution. Okay, it's Rocket 6 Iron Provider. This has actually got some pretty heavy power production. I don't know why I put that much power production in it. This has also got a copper producer in here, I think. Where does this go to? Yeah, it just throws it in there. But I don't really ever check that out because I don't use a lot of copper extra. So this actually goes up towards the science base. This is just such a massive 66 million, so I figured I could use it. I've got 2 mines going here. This one's actually dropping steel, which I probably should put some more steel on it, honestly, because steel is becoming a problem for the science base. Whoops. So if you see here, this is actually pulling copper out of there using the teleport mod, and this is pulling iron out. You can see there's an iron problem. There's a big iron problem. Even though we've got plenty of ore coming in, I'm just not outputting enough, and I need to actually get beacons fully beaconed with all this, and then get a bunch of productivity mods in them. I just haven't, and that is actually producing problems. Some problems for the steel, because you can see not enough steel is coming through, and I think that is actually why the purple science is having problems, because I think this is actually one of the, yeah, this is one of the purple science things. It's just not getting enough steel. The other one is, wherever that went, nope. Yeah, this one is just not going fast enough, right? Because it expects both of them to be running. Okay, so anyway, that's that. Science Hotel, Science Hotel, Depot. This is the depot. I actually had it at some point grabbing uranium as well, but I kind of figured it'd be more useful to get this stuff. Let's look at the iron. Oh, you can see I'm using the red ones there because it actually has to go kind of a ways. I didn't want to use trains for that. Hello. Let's see. You know what? I think... Is that the only one? Yeah, that's the only one. I put something else here, but I didn't. And then here's copper. Same dealio. One. Yeah, that's it. You see, it actually is quite close to some of these enemies, but they don't actually damage it too much. They just send out occasional raids that get dealt with. Okay, so wall 4. That's all the wall stuff, and then there's these 2, which are on either end of this rope, and then these 2, which are on either end of the other one. Yeah, so this is actually open still. I need to finish this up. Maybe I'll do that now. So what I do, let me just make sure I have enough. A lot of random crap in here. Let's dump some of this. That's why I have all these things built with special little points where I can dump excess. Like here's the one for copper, and it just kind of pulls it back into the system. Here's the one for that, and you can see it'll dump it in there, and I probably have too much of this, actually. So I am actually going to overload this chest a little bit, because I don't think I need this many of those. Bunch of other randoms. Oh, I already have concrete, so that's good, but what I really need is wall segments. Where's my wall segments? Right here. So there's concrete, there's the wall. The reason I have all these little chests everywhere with the resources is at one point I completely ran out of coal, and this is when everything was coal-fired and coal-powered, and then the whole world exploded, and so I don't want that to happen again. So somewhere around here, yeah, here, so I've just got a bunch of coal. Alright, let's see. Let's go to here. And then pretty much what we do here is we're gonna just go get some walls in. This wall doesn't need to be especially like robust. It's just here to kind of keep the biters out while I slaughter them on the inside so they don't repopulate. I made this mistake of not doing this with the inner wall, and if you look, you can see I had to put these stations everywhere to just kind of see where things were, because there were just biter colonies around here and I couldn't knock them out. I think I've got them all at this point. I haven't seen one pop up for a while, but that was because for this inner wall I did not do it properly. Oh, that's not great. I need to deal with that, and there's another one. So you can see like there's a couple still in here, but yeah, they're bad for business. Now let's clean this up, because this is gonna be too close. They're gonna object to me building a wall past them, I think. I still do die to these occasionally. The big behemoths, worms, they slow me down, and so that I can get pile driven occasionally, but you know, it's not the end of the world. Let's see if we can deal with this as well. Small little thing. There we go. Alright, and let's take this out. Alright. Make sure, because I actually run faster than these drones. So if I don't, not the combat ones, but the construction ones. So if I don't collect them in, then bad things happen. And like I end up with these drones just kind of running out of power and following me, trying to follow me, and I'm teleporting around, right? So I'm probably it's going to take me a long time to get back to this spot once I'm done with it. So if I lose a drone there, usually it just follows around the map forever until it gets killed by biters, which is, you know, kind of sad. Not the fate I want for my drones. Alright, you can see that slow goo affecting me, kind of annoying. Oh, we're almost there. That was, yeah, I overshot it a little bit, so I'll just pull it all the way up. Take that there. And try not to wreak complete environmental havoc while building this wall. The environmental havoc comes later with the bigger wall. So I'm only, you know, getting rid of the trees that are kind of in the way here. Oh, and the cliff that's in the way. This one, I should be able to do it myself. Yeah, these are actually newer colonies, because I cleared this out when I built this wall. So these are smaller ones that have sprouted up, easier to deal with. And I think that might... Yeah, okay. So then I just put power poles along the entire length of the whole thing, not like that. And then I'll pull, not a ton, but like a small amount of laser turrets along the whole length, just in case something that, I mean, because they'll try to repopulate it if the land is open, and I don't really want them to do that. So yeah, I don't do too many. just because this is meant to be kind of temporary. It's not supposed to stand the test of time. And I'll get alerted whenever it gets attacked, so it just reminds me that I'm building a wall. And I think I'm actually probably going to run out of guns. I'm going to have to go back and get some more. Not the end of the world. Wall is in the way. That is very accurate. There's a wall in the way. Alright, and then we'll actually I'm just going to drop this down here. Almost there, and I'm going to go get some more guns. And some more wall pieces. You can see it, they just take all the wood. I keep 100 for building power poles, but they take all that. Let's grab another 100 of that. Oh, the blue is actually doing okay. Yeah, it's still that purple. That's the problem. How many of these are we actually? We're most of the science buildings are not actually running because we just need more purple. It's a problem. It is definitely a problem. What is going on here? That is Depot 1, Copper 1. I'll be back there at some point later. Alright, we come back here. And I'm actually just going to pick it up. Kind of dangerous. In case I die, I'll have a little bit of trouble getting back, but I'm also really close to one of the other teleports, so not going to be the end of the world. I've died plenty. This is like a tier 3 or 4 suit, and so if I die, I just pick up another. I just pick the lower tier suit. Oh my god. Okay, so I still don't have enough wall. Actually, might as well put the power poles on it while we're here. We're running back already. Might as well make use of it. Oops. There we go. So you can see, not a great defense. Like, they could get through. If they really wanted to get through this defense, they could. But it's not meant to be, like, super permanent. Amazing. Alright, go get and get some more wall. There we go. That hopefully ought to hold us. No, just let that charge up. There we go. Does take a little while to charge. Alright, we'll just connect it right into that wall. Pull this up, but be careful not to connect it to this power grid because they're separate. I want to keep them on separate grids because one of them has to deal with. We'll just drop that there. One of them, this is like the wall 2. Like if I hook up wall 2 and 3, then you know they're just very separate grids, and I want to keep them that way. Oh, except I did hook this one up, didn't I? Maybe I did that on purpose. Kind of don't want that to happen though. Yeah, because see this grid is significantly smaller than this one. Well, not significantly, but it is smaller. And like if one wall goes out, I don't want to take both walls out. And now I just have to go through here and kill all this stuff. But I need to deal with this first. Did I not put a middle teleport here? Like a wall 4 middle? Wall 4 left middle. There we go. Where am I? Oh, I'm here. That's not the middle. The middle's like here. Let's move this. I think I built that when I was... Oh, you know what? That is actually the middle because I've built this down, but I'm going to build it up as well. Okay, so we'll just put that back there. Never mind. Left middle. And we'll pull it up here just so it's back in that area. Okay, anyway, where is this? It's kind of by that copper deposit. Even at like super high speeds, it takes a long time to run along this wall. Okay, so kind of around here somewhere. There we go, right there. And when I take this out, I'll actually drop another radar, solar powered radar here, just so that I can, because obviously there's spiders congregating in that area. And I need to find out and wipe out all their nests. Because this area is like, I don't build walls on the depots I'm building in here. Hello. Okay. There's one down here as well. Oh, there's a bunch. Okay, so let's put it up here. Okay, so do I actually have one of these? I do not. But I should have solar panels. That's a thing that I always try to keep up on. I don't think I actually get it by bot, but it's a thing that is valuable to have. Alright. And is that because... Oh, because it's... Okay, that should be fine. And that'll pick up a bunch of nests in many directions. I just figured just every time I do a nest, I'll drop it. Because... Let's make a couple more of these too. When I know that they were there at some point. Not that. This. Doesn't do much good during the night, but that's kind of the thing. I don't really care when it's working, as long as it is working at some point. So now I've got a couple around here that'll do some searching for me. I mean, these, so you can see there's, I have every other one. I have radar, which actually takes a lot of space or a lot of power, but that doesn't, it doesn't go far. All right, let's head back. I actually am going to go down to the rocket and grab some more solar panels. I think I have a chest. There we go. Because I'm actually running a little low. I don't know why I randomly have these. I don't need these. See, every time it's always the control units, even though I've got so many of them. I've got 2 whole sets of things building control units. Like, I don't know. I probably could build them a little faster, but just so many of them. These ones are updated. These ones actually try to get circuits. What I've learned later on. Oh, hey, Anduin. Sorry, I didn't see when you got here. This is Factorio. I enjoy it. I don't know if you would. This is very much a resource management building game. This is not Aramis. No, Aramis is. So Aramis is over here. We can go find Aramis. Let's see. Not that one. That one's too far out. Let's go here. This is where Aramis lives. This is the Contra world. I guess that's Ultros, isn't it? But yeah, Aramis lives out here in the with the aliens. It is a big map. It's actually well, I'll show you. So let's go back to. So this is the main base. Just I know there's lines everywhere. Just this is all stuff. Okay, this is the main base, the main bus, all this stuff. This has a wall. Okay, and at some point I decided that wall wasn't big enough, so I built a second wall around everything. And I was like, that wall, you know, also turned out to not be big enough, so I built another wall around it. And now I'm in the process of building the 4th wall around that. And that doesn't even include the satellite bases that I have kind of scattered off. See, it slows way down when you get here. Speeds up. This is like my main science production facility where science is done. Science is being done. And these are all rocket production facilities. So they just launch rockets. Or if this one. Yeah. I've been playing this for this particular map for I want to say 600 or 700 hours. I'm not exactly sure how many, but I played this a lot, this one. Yeah. A lot of work. I don't know. Factorio's fun. I enjoy it. This is definitely endgame content, but I'm actually really excited. They're coming out with an expansion this year. and it's going to be the space expansion. So they're going to add like 6 other planets that you can go to, and they're all going to be different. And I think it's going to be a blast. It's just going to add so much more to the game content. Right now, I'm trying to finish this mod, which just takes a long time. Like in the entire 2 hours I've been playing, I think this research has gone up about maybe like 10-15%. So it takes a long time, but I have to finish this entire research chain here, and then eventually get to this, which will just take forever. And then when I build that, I'll be able to build my FTL drive and get the hell out of here, because I can build everything else, I just haven't. I probably should, actually. Yeah, did some upgrades, did some stuff. I am probably about to end stream, to be honest, because I've been streaming for about 2 hours. It researches, yeah, at the same rate as chemistry, exactly. Though the way it works is there's these little packs, and so you can see the individual research actually goes pretty fast, but this needs to happen about 200,000 times. So this whole, like, and you can see it occasionally just stops because I don't have enough of these purple packs that are being made. So that is all the way through down here. And, you know, they're doing their best. Ah, it's out of steel again. How's it out of steel again? What is going on? I thought I fixed this. I fixed this like at the very beginning of the stream. We're doing steel. What is going on with the steel here? What you doing? Okay, so you're getting... These are all going full bore. I don't know. But yeah, basically, you have mines. This one is out. That's a bad example. You have mines. They mine raw material. That goes on the trains. And the train comes all the way. You can see there's a train now. All the way over here, where it gets into this large train waiting area, and then comes into the unloading facility. Then it goes into smelters that turn it into processed plates, which basically all coalesce here, along with some other materials like plastic and coal and stone and oil. And those all, because I'm working with what we call a main bus, these all come onto the resource bus. With a couple other things, like I have standard circuits here, which is a common thing. So this is all the fluids. We have light oil. I actually don't have water in here, I'm realizing. Maybe I don't need water. But lubricants, sulfuric acid, petroleum, and light oil. And this just all comes down here, and then I'm making steel out of that. Very slowly, and then there's something eating my... Oh, crap. Something eating my base. And luckily I have a teleport mod installed, otherwise this would be impossible. Because that, like, I just jumped all the way from here to all the way up here. So I kind of... And this base has its own stuff. That it's got its own problems. Like, things keep eating all my stuff. I think they're actually getting a little too close. I want to trim them back a bit. Also, I have a super, like, spacesuit. So the suit I have has a bunch of locomotion, bunch of shield generators, power, and a bunch of lasers. As well as night vision, roboports, belt immunity, a bunch of little things. I could pack a little bit more into this, but I'm already reaching the... Of course lasers. Lasers are great. I do have some fire somewhere, but lasers... there's 3 kinds of attack things here. There's shells, which are used by like regular... Oh, you know what, actually... I can't make a shell, can I? I almost make an artillery turret and show you. But we have gun turrets, which take ammunition, and then lasers, and then we have flamethrowers. And so the wall, which is way down here, this has flamethrower turrets on it, because they'll flamethrower, but also lasers, because lasers just take power. And I can get power from a lot of different places. Whereas if I had shells along this, I'd have to get ammo to everything along this, and then that'd be a pain in the ass. You could do it, it's just not something I want to do. Anyway, I think that's going to be it for today. This is actually when I was bootstrapping this before I got the power plant up. Solar. I have actually really massive solar farms down here as well. You can see like this is all solar, just solar panels. And down here is just all just for power batteries. But I don't actually use any of it because I have the nuclear reactors now. So yeah, that's Factorio. I think that's gonna be it. I think Age has actually just started working again, but I'm done for today. So thanks for being here, folks. Those of you who were, I don't think anyone actually really was here, except for Anduin now. But yeah, give it a look. It's very involved, but if you like that sort of thing, yeah, I might do it again sometime. I think Age is a little bit more popular, honestly, among my small viewership. But yeah, take care, folks. We'll see you next time.